This video today is just going to be 10 tips for traveling. What's happening, adventurers? Oh, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Going on lots of adventures, just doing things that make you happy, because you are worth it. All right, well, today's a new day. It's been a couple of days. It's been stressful here in Bali, and just been getting some stuff figured out and all that. Here I am in my apartment, and we'll take you on a little tour of it. It's not that big, but it's like $380 or $400 a month. Sure, geez, that's all I need. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit, and we'll get to what I'm gonna be doing after this in a little bit. I messed up something, so I gotta fly elsewhere, but we'll show you the apartment first. So let's check it out. Well, here's the view off my balcony that I have. Not too shabby, not too shabby. The beach is right over that direction yonder. So we turn around, I got my little table. Walk inside. And then this is the kind of the foyer area. Got a little fridge. Don't got much in there right yet. It's got some eggs and water and some fruit there. Little seating area. Tiny little kitchen. Some yum-yums there that I went and picked out today. Big bag of rice. We go around here. Turn on the old light. Got my bathroom and shower and all that. That's all I need. And then open this door right here. Excuse the mess. This is my bedroom. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. All right, let's jump on into this as always, guys and girls. So we'll go with tip number 1. Now this was a big problem for me when I first traveling, is don't overpack, because you think you're gonna need things and you don't even need it. I remember on my first trip, first big trip, I had this big book bag packed up and oh yeah, I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna use this and all this stuff. And I really didn't use, half of it. It just sat in my bag and I'd lug it around, right? So yeah, it's so easy to overpack. Once you think you have your pack all designated for everything that you need, just go through it again. Oh, do I need I don't need that 3rd pair of pants. Oh, I don't need that 5th pair of shirt, right? The essentials obviously, but even if it's stuff you don't have, you could always pick it up when you're going to your destination. So yeah, that was a big thing for me for learning is don't overpack, and then that'll leave you some room to pack other things in your pack when you get on the road, or you see something that you want to pick up and bring home with you. That'll help you out with that too. All right, tip number 2. Tip number 2 has screwed me over and has helped me over, because sometimes when I fly into a destination, I don't know what time that I'm getting there, or delays happen and you get there hours and hours later than you expect. So know the time that you get to your final destination, because if not, then if you have a hotel booked or a hostel booked or something like that, you get in a couple hours later than you were expecting, and the place is closed. This happened to me, countless times, where I've stayed in a bus station, or I've stayed in the parking lot of IKEA. that was an interesting night. Or in McDonald's or Tim Hortons back home in Canada. I've stayed nights in airports. So yeah, know your final destination, what time you're getting there, and it'll help you out, and it'll save you some hassle. Moving on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is going to be do a little bit of research beforehand. It could be just the weather, the season you're going into, where you're staying, if it's a good or bad area, some good restaurants, stuff like that. It really helps out to do a little bit of research beforehand. Visa requirements, flight requirements, things like that. And I must say that this is a tip that I could actually learn upon myself, because I probably don't do enough research beforehand. I just usually, just like I said before, just go by the seat of my pants and work things out as they go. I mean, that's just me, but I find that it works out most of the time pretty good for me. But yeah, no, if you just want to have a little bit of peace of mind, do a little bit of research beforehand, and that'll give you a bit of a reassurance that you're going the right time, the right place, and all that stuff too, right? Tip number 4. Don't overplan your days. Now, I can't fall into this category because I hardly plan anything. Like I say, I just go, things work out, things don't work out. Yeah, but if you're one of those people that think that you need to just plan, pack your day full of all this stuff, don't do it, because it's just going to create a lot of stress, a lot of hassle, and then it doesn't really leave your room to, you know, do random things. So let's say you go to this awesome city or an awesome restaurant or whatever it may be, and you just are just like, wow, this is amazing, and I want to stay here for a couple extra hours, but I can't because I have this coming up and this coming up, right? So it leaves you just tied down more. And I don't really plan anything, maybe a couple things, but nothing serious, you know, just to fill up my day. I just let the adventure guide me, and let the road take me where it goes. And I just love going by that way. I don't like being rushed. I want to go at my own pace. And if you're like that, then yeah, definitely don't overplan your days. That's for sure. Let's move on right along into tip number 5. Tip number 5, have backup documents. So that means have more than one card. Have 2 cards maybe, have 3 cards. Have photocopies of your IDs and of your passport. Now, I'm glad that I had a backup card, because yesterday I was going out to get the rent money for this month, and I was going to the beach afterwards. I wasn't in a hurry, but for some reason my brain always thinks that I am in a hurry. And I get my money out of the machine, get on the old motorbike, and head to the beach. Had an awesome day. Come back to the apartment, and I realized that I left my card in the machine. Oh man, yeah. So if you've ever been in that situation, especially while traveling, you know the feeling, and it is not a fun one. Not a fun one. So the good thing about it is the machine sucked it back in, and I went to the bank today, and I can't get my card back. They're just going to destroy it, unfortunately. That's one of the rules at the bank that I was withdrawing my money from. But at least I know that somebody else didn't take it, so that's good. But just in case, I'm always keeping an eye on my account. So yeah, just have backup documents, and it'll save you a world of hurt. If I didn't have a second card, I wouldn't be able to get out any money, and I would have been just completely screwed. So have backup documents, visas, credit cards, passports, IDs, everything. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it. Tip number 6, I can only do 5 because my other hand's holding the camera, is don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone. I know usually when you're traveling, especially to a foreign country, you're already outside of your comfort zone. So just push yourself that much further, and just keep going. And you'll be surprised at what you can find and what you can do. And just because you're outside your comfort zone doesn't mean that things are always going to be nasty and scary and everything. Just have a positive attitude, and you never know what's going to happen. So yeah, when you're traveling, just keep stepping outside your comfort zone, and you're only going to grow bigger and better as a human being. Tip number 7. Tip number 7 is have a power bank. Those come in such handy. When I did my first big trip back in 2014, I didn't have one, and I wish that I did, especially where I use my phone for videoing and pictures and all that stuff and directions. So, you know, if you're out on the town and you don't have any maps or any form of getting any, then your phone's a big handy. And if it's dead, then you're kind of screwed. So having a power bank has really helped me. Really, you know, saves a lot of hassle. And I would say that's a big tip, a big must, is have one good power bank, if not another one, and you won't regret it. I use mine almost daily to charge up either my phone or my tablet or things when I'm on the road. So yeah, power bank definitely, in my opinion, is a must. Tip 8. This is kind of, I do this just because it saves me time and hassle. And tip 8 is getting currency before you arrive at your destination. I found that it helps me so much. If that's one thing that I have less to worry about when I get to my destination, is I already have a little bit of currency, so I'm not running around trying to get, you know, good exchange rates, or because if you're at the airport, you're not going to get a good exchange rate, no matter which airport it is. So I always like to have a little bit of the currency of the country that I'm going to beforehand. That way I'm not stranded and I can just do whatever I want when I get there, right? I'm not forced to try and find another currency converter or another ATM or something like that. So having a bit of currency beforehand, I would say, definitely is going to save you in the long run and save you a little bit of hassle as well. Tip 9. Tip 9. We're almost there. We're almost there. Is don't do just the touristy things. When you get into a place, you might be compelled to obviously, you know, go on excursions and adventures to touristy places. I mean, I do the same thing, right? But don't make it a habit. Get outside and get the feel for the city, the back roads. I'm here in Bali right now, and I'm just cutting through rice fields and back roads and alleys and just getting a feel for the local culture and everything like that. So just try and stick away from all of the touristy things. Another reason too is probably because in those areas it's going to be a little bit more expensive than if you were to go to the non-touristy areas. So that's another thing that I found. And when I travel, I don't really like doing that many touristy things either. I like to get the feel and pretend like I actually am living in all the places that I go to. Get help from the locals. The locals know best. Good food, good areas. That helped me out a lot on my travels, just talking with locals, and they'll have no problem. Well, hopefully they'll have no problem. I never had any problem talking with locals and getting some tips and all that. And even fellow travelers are going to know some good tips for off the beaten tracks, destinations, restaurants, beaches, and things of that nature. So don't stay to the touristy areas. Last but not least, tip number 10: just relax and have fun. If you're on vacation, then just live life and just love it. And if you're a full-time traveler like me, then you gotta just remember, like, this is why I'm doing it, to travel to destinations and to relax and enjoy everything, not to get stressed out all the time. And even I have to take a step back and tell myself, look, this isn't the end of the world. You've still got 2 feet in a heartbeat. You can still keep going, and there's people out there that can help. And yeah, just relax, have a good time, enjoy your vacation, enjoy your travels, and don't stress out. Things will work out. You know, you got a strong head on you, and you'll find a way to make things work out. So that's the video for today. It's 10 tips for traveling, 10 travel tips. So I hope you really enjoyed it. I was going out earlier to the beach to try and film this, but it is not a nice day out. It's cloudy and starting to rain a little bit. First rain since I got here in Bali. Hey, that's fine. And until next time, everybody, as always, rise up, accept that challenge, and be a phoenix. Live life to the fullest, spread joy and positivity, and until next time, everybody, just love life. Take it easy, eh?